you, everybody, for your generosity. Okay, let's finish this off right. I could run through a long list of accomplishments for Jay Inslee and stories about how he's worked for climate action for years, but I won't. I will just say this. First, as a mom, and then with my work hat on, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for pushing climate justice onto the national stage. You made our state proud and you changed the conversation. Thank you, Governor. When Jay first ran for governor in 2012, WCV was the first organization to endorse him. And so today, I am proud to announce that WCV is once again the first organization to endorse him as he runs for governor in 2020. Please help me welcome Governor Jay Inslee.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Trudy and I are so delighted to be here. I get to perform an official duty here today before I address you, and that is, as governor of the state of Washington, I have many, many privileges, and one of which is to recognize the Washingtonian of the day. And when I do that, I don't do it every day. I only do it when I meet somebody who is truly inspiring, who has moved the vision of Washington State forward in dramatic ways. And when I do that, I take off my governor's Washington State Apple pin, and I pin it on the Washingtonian of the day today, Joan Crooks. Washingtonian of the day is right here.
I love it.
Thank you. You deserve that. That comes with a certificate.
Thank you.
I want to just have three messages. One, a series of thank yous. Two, an explanation of why I believe, even in these troubled times, these are truly great days. And third, to talk about some of the work we need to do. First, a series of thank yous. Let's give a round of applause to the people who've served us breakfast, who are members of the Unite Union here today. One of the reasons I love the environmental community is because it understands we are in a brother and sisterhood with working people. And we understand that as we improve our environment, the most important thing in that environment is a good job for hardworking people. And that is why I think we ought to give a round of applause for the Washington State legislators who have passed the best 100% clean energy bill. And one of the reasons it's the best, it assures that good jobs goes with those 100% clean energy systems. And we have done that. I want to thank the tribal communities that are such an important part of this movement. And we do not say this enough. We know we are struggling to save our orcas, and to do that, we need to save our Chinook salmon. And when you think about who are some of the strongest advocates for the Chinook salmon, we are blessed to have tribal communities who are requiring the state of Washington to do its job to get rid of those culverts so we can give spawning habitat to the salmon of the state of Washington. Chairman Julius, thanks for your work. Justin, thank you. I want to thank all of the legislators, and there are so many of them. I met yesterday with several, Senator Saldana, Senator Wolfus, and I realized that these folks, David and Reuven, who've been working for years, now have a new ally in Senator Wynn. And the reason they have that ally is because of this group who stood up to the plate to give us new voices in the state legislature and give us new infusions of talent and energy. And I want to tell you what this means. I am here for one reason, and that is because of this organization. Now, Joan mentioned 2012 when you were the first to endorse my candidacy, but I go way back to 1998 when I was a no one except Trudy Inslee's husband. That was quite a nice thing. And I ran for Congress, and no one gave me a prayer, but this organization and Joan and Gene Karpinski decided to put my opponent on the Dirty Dozen list, and he was actually number 13. It was a baker's dozen. I am governor of the state of Washington because of this organization, and I want to thank you, what you've done for me. And now it has been a true honor to carry this flag the last several months across the United States, trying to spread the message of a clean energy economy that we are so embedded in and advancing in the state of Washington. And it has been a true honor. And now I can tell you that I have felt more passionate than ever after that experience, in part because I've met the Americans who are sharing in our loss, the people in Paradise, California, whose town burned down, the people in Hamburg, Iowa, whose fields were flooded, the people in Miami. The day we landed in Miami for the first debate, the Everglades were on fire. 42,000 acres of swamp were on fire. And when your swamp is on fire, you now have a problem. That passion I've had for 25 years has only increased. And now I can tell you this. I'm going to take that passion that I have spread over 50 states in the last 8 months, and I'm going to concentrate it right here in Washington State so we can get a good clean energy bill through the Washington State legislature. And won't it be a great day when we know what's going to happen? We are going to elect an environmental president of the United States. And when that president takes office, they will be carrying the ideas of the Washington State into the White House. That is going to happen. And I'm proud of that achievement. So thank you to all you've done and all you're going to do. But now we have to understand that there is more to do. And we know that we face an obstacle in the White House. Thank goodness we got Bob Ferguson and the judicial system to rein in this rogue anti-environmentalist. And by the way, even Donald Trump knows he's in trouble on this, and I'll tell you why. A few weeks ago, he went out and said to the American people, he said, "I'm a great environmentalist." Now, why would a person say that? Why would somebody say something so ridiculous and obviously partial? And the reason is he understands he is in deep, deep trouble because Americans are sick and tired of him selling out our clean air to the oil and gas and coal industry. And now he understands we are going to beat him on the environment is going to be a reason for his defeat. And when we defeat him, we will be a reason for that great victory. And that's why I want to thank you for your efforts in this regard. Now, I'm highly motivated in this regard, and I just want to share just a personal story with you about why that is. In a few weeks, Trudy and I are going to get to welcome a new granddaughter to the Inslee clan. And we're excited about that, and I was thinking about that young woman's future. And day before yesterday, the people at the Space Needle came and wanted me to share some ideas or reminiscent about the Space Needle because it will be its 100th anniversary in 2062. And they asked me to put something in a time capsule to be opened in 2062. And I thought about what would be the most salient thing, and what I am going to put in that time capsule is a container of Washington State air from 2019. So that in 2062, when they open that container, they'll be able to see what our air was like in 2019. I am glad to be allied with you to make sure that when they open that air, when my new granddaughter is 43 years of age, it's as clean or cleaner than in 2019. That's why I'm here today. And that's why it is a great day. Even in the midst of all of the shadow of the darkness of Washington, D.C., it is a great day. It is a great day because we have something that is precious in life, which is a chance to make a difference that will shine through history. And this is how we will be judged. We have many things we're working on, schools, roads, arts, but this is how we will be judged. And as Churchill said, even in the darkness of World War II, these are great days because we have an opportunity, the people of this room, to be allied shoulder to shoulder to make a great difference. This is an honor to be able to do that. And so I want to thank you to stand shoulder to shoulder in this effort. I want to thank you of being people invested in optimism and confidence and a can-do spirit. And let us remind the climate deniers, we are the optimists because we know we can build a clean energy future for the state of Washington. This is what we believe. So thank you for being joined in a great day. Now, my third message is this. We have sort of a moment of challenge of leadership, and it's kind of an interesting challenge we have because we have achieved such incredible results in the last session of the legislature. What they did is truly remarkable. We have passed the best 100% clean energy bill. We have passed the best energy efficiency bill. The legislature has done tremendous things in ORCA recovery. They've done great work in toxics. And so we had such a magnificent achievement of these legislators and the great work that they have done. But the moment we are at is that it's kind of like climbing Mount Everest. We are not at the summit. We are thousands of feet below where we need to go. Because even with all our incredible progress, we still have not reduced our carbon pollution to the amount that is required either to reach our state-mandated level of reduction or our efforts to reach the Paris Agreement or the real necessity to really defeat climate change. So we have a lot more work to do. And I kind of look at it like we're climbing Mount Everest and we're at the South Pole. We have come a long, long ways, but we're 3,000 feet short. So I want to thank you for your efforts to give us more reinforcements in this fight. I want to thank you for the calls you're going to make to legislators in the next several months, urging up that last 3,000 feet to get this clean fuel standard in place. I will be with you celebrating defeating the oil and gas industry to get clean air for our people when we pass the clean fuel standard. And I want to thank you for your help to make sure that that happens. So the future I look for is a green Washington, blue waters, and healthy kids. Early to bed, early to rise, work like hell and organize. Let's keep this work going. Thanks a lot.